Hey everyone, my name is Daniel, and in this video I'll show you 5 hidden settings which every Power Platform admin must know. Some of them are brand new and some of them are so hidden that you actually need the URL to find it. So stick around, this is really awesome and a must watch for all the administrators. But first, here's my intro video. So let's get started. Now, before I jump into those 5 hidden settings, everything I'm going to show you will require the Power Platform Administrative role. This is basically an access level that is best for the administrators who handle all the Power Platform stuff. So to get that role, there's actually 2 places you can go ahead and set it up. Both of them are in the Microsoft Azure. To get always active, you can come to Microsoft Entra ID, and on the left vertical navigation, you see roles and administrators. And over there in the search, if you just type in Power Platform, you get this one role. This is the Power Platform Administrator. And then you can go ahead and click into it and then assign some users, all right? These are the active users. Second place you can also do that is with Privileged Identity Management, or also called as PIM. If you've got PIM set up in your company, which is highly recommended, you come into your Microsoft Entra PIM, and over here you go ahead and find the role that you have access and then go and activate it. These are the 2 places you can go and get that role. Make sure you get it and then watch the remaining part of this video. So the first one I want to show you is finding the data policy of these environments, because it can become a little bit of a challenge. And let me show you why. So again, I'm in the Power Platform Admin Center. You'll also hear me say PPAC. On the left vertical navigation, when I come into Manage, I go ahead and find all my environments over here. And now what I want to try to figure out is which one of these environments is tied to which data policy. And to do that, it can be a manual process, because here's why. Say this North Carolina environment of mine, I want to see which data policy it is tied to. So the normal way I would do it is on the left side, come into Security, go to Data and Privacy, go to Data Policy, and then figure out which one of this data policy it is in. Like, I can't just do a search and find out. And now this is my demo environment. In your work production environment, I betcha you have a bunch of these data policies and you kind of have to go through each and every one of them. As an example, the first place I always look for is the default environment policy, which also says all environments, because most of the time it will have an exception over here. So I click on this side, I go to the edit policy, I directly go to my environments, and then here I see, okay, it's not located over here, so it's probably excluded. So I come to the excluded and say, okay, it's not in the default policy. So at least I confirm this over here, all right? But this still doesn't tell me which data policy is tied to it. So after that, I got to come back out over here and then do an educated guess to be the first one. In my case, I kind of already know it's in this agentic policy. So I select it, click on this edit policy, jump straight to the environments, and voila, I see that it is actually added to that policy. But what I'm going to show you is a faster and a hidden way to do it. Now, I'll call out first is that this is only applicable for the managed environments. But once I show you how it works for the managed environments, we can use the URL to do the same for the other environments as well. Let me walk you through that, all right? So here we go. I'm going to now go back into my manage, and I'm going to select that same environment, North Carolina, all right? I know that it is managed, so I'm going to select that one here. I'm going to come in, again, making sure that I have Power Platform Administrator role. That way I can see all my environments. I see this environment is loading. Once it is fully loaded, you come down over here and you see this section called Managed Environments. Click on this Edit Managed Environment. And once you do that, this little settings window slides in from the right. Go all the way to the bottom, all the way. And you see it says Data Policies. Right over here is the link. Click on that link. Another tab opens up. This URL is there, and voila, I can see directly that this North Carolina environment is tied to the agentic policy. By just one click, you can immediately find out which policy it is tied to, so you don't have to go hunting the way I showed you a few minutes ago. But this is definitely hidden, right? Because in the PPAC side, you had to go to that environment, you had to specifically go to that managed environments and find it over here. So this is the first hidden one. But I want to give you a little bit of incentive as well. Remember I said that this was a managed environment and therefore this link and this option actually is there. But guess what? You can use this URL process for the unmanaged ones as well. Because see how the URL works? It says admin powerplatform.microsoft.com/security, blah, 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 blah. And then there is the environment filter. After that, you just have to put this GUID of the environment. So say in the future, somebody comes and asks you, hey, can you quickly tell me which data policy this environment is tied to? You'll be like, sure, I can do that. Just give me the GUID of that environment. And that GUID can be found so easily. Anytime you go to any Power Apps or Power Automate or Copilot Studio, you can go ahead and grab that URL. And I'll give you an idea. If I just go out to my make.powerapps, see, even this random one, it picks up and gives me this URL. So I can just go ahead and grab that one. I do a Control-C, come back over here, and this one, which was for a managed environment, if I just go and replace it with something else, the new one that I got a double / which I want to remove that. And now if I hit enter, it goes ahead and loads, and see right over here, it's also showing me this environment, and it's also in the agentic policy. So this is the bonus trick that I wanted to show you, is that even though it's unmanaged, you can still find it using the URL. This truly is a hidden feature, and now you know how to do it. Second is to filter item search in the maker inventory. Let me show you how to do that. For that, we actually go back into the manage, and right over here, you see this inventory option. Now, this is still fairly new and one of my personal favorites, because when I click on it, I am able to see all of these items that I have in my tenant. Now, in your company, if you see a production tenant, you will see that this number is much larger than just my 900 items. Now, usually this is where people get stuck when it comes to searching for either the agent or the apps or the flows. Because the first thing that you would do is you would come over here to the top right and you would start to search for it. But the way this inventory filter works is it only shows you 1,000 at a time. So if it's not in this 1,000, you will not find that app, agent, or flow. Even though you know for sure, hey, it still exists, I just accessed it, why can't I find it over here? Because the trick for that is to go ahead and do a search in the filter. And that also is hidden. For that, you literally come to each of these column places, select it, and this is the one I was talking about, the search item in the filter. So here, if I went ahead and just did a search for, say, A2A, and if I do that and A2A, and if I click on the apply, it will filter it, and now it's showing me my agents. Now, in my case, I only had 900 some items, so it's not really a best example. But in your case, if you've got hundreds and thousands of these items over here, you may not be able to find that one specific item because it has passed the 1,000th item in this row. But if you do a search for it, I guarantee you, you will find it. So this is that second example, is to do the search at an item level in the filter by. Third one is the API to test connections. And this is all to do with, again, the data policy, but specifically in the environment group. Let me show you that. We come back over here into the manage, and we have these environment groups. When I click on this environment group, and I'll go ahead and select any one of them, all right? I'll just select that guy, come in over here, and over here, and on the top, you see this tab for rules. When I select it, you have the ACP, Advanced Connector Policy. And when I click on it, you will have these connectors listed over here. This is where you set up that advanced connector policy, not just at a connector level, but each of these items and actions in that connector. And we can deep dive that in a whole separate video, but over here, the hidden feature that I want to talk about is the API for test connection. Now, it only happens for certain connectors, and I'll give you some example. It happens for Office 365 users, for SharePoints, for Outlook, and also Teams. So let me give an example of Teams over here, right? I'll select the Teams, I'll go to Edit Actions, and in this actions list, the first one you see is API to test connections. It's called internal because these are one of these important actions that are used out of the box to test if your connection actually worked. Therefore, it's called as API to test connections. Now, if you go ahead and disable this, all right, because you think, hey, it's an API connection, I don't want to allow people to do that because this is all a retrieval type of a scenario, you might go ahead and turn this off. But once you disable that, people are going to start getting errors because they will make an attempt to connect Microsoft Teams it'll appear that it's connecting, and then it will go ahead and disable it. Why? Because it uses this API to test connection, and you've turned it off. So in your scenario, when you're doing this ACP, Advanced Connector Policy rule in your environment group for connectors like this, again, Teams, SharePoint, Office 365 users, Outlook, make sure that this action called API to test connections, you have toggled it on. Sometimes it will also call as APIs to test connections or API to test connectors. Like the name changes, but they're all pretty much the same. It's like API to something, all right? So this is that other hidden one that you might think I should turn it off as a precaution, but you actually have to have it turned on, otherwise the connection will not be made. Just a quick update, if you wish to support my channel, you have two options. Go to my YouTube channel, click on join, and select any one of these membership options. Keep in mind, you can cancel it at any time. For a one-time payment, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Dan Christian and select either 1, 5, or as many coffees as you like. Thank you for your support. Fourth one is the Copilot Settings feature in PPAC. Now, if you've started to notice it, when you come over here on the left vertical navigation, you have the Copilot feature. And when you come in, you're able to see all of these functionalities that are available. And I will admit, this is where it is an aggregate of all the information which already existed. It's now put in this one location. So some of this may not look very new to you, but hey, at least now it's consolidated in this one location. But as far as this video goes, the hidden one that I want to talk about is specifically over here in this settings. Because over here now, you've got an aggregate of all of these Copilot settings in one place. Specifically for each of them, you've got it all at the admin level, which is in the Power Platform, and then other services in Copilot Studio, Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Pages. You can go scrolling down, or you can just come up over here and do it on a filter level, because here you can actually see all of them, including Dynamics 365 Customer Service and 365 Sales, all collaborated in one location. And this is also where you start to see any of the new Copilot settings specifically for administrators. Yeah, instead of you going and hunting in the security for each and every settings, you just directly come to the Copilot, go into the settings, select which one of these services you want to look at, and they all just show up over here. Both the existing ones and the preview ones. It's also neat because they have these labels. It tells you which of this is at the PPAC level versus which of them are at the tenant level. So for example, this Copilot feedback, this is a setting that you can handle at a tenant level. I can literally click on it, shows me which options I have available, and even if I can go ahead and toggle it on versus toggle it off. The settings feature is definitely the hidden one in Copilot in Power Platform admin level, and I highly recommend you start getting familiar with it because this is where new admin settings start to appear. And last, but definitely not the least, is the Entra admin URL. And why I say that's a big deal is because mostly you and I go to portal.azure.com. That's where we've been going for over a decade. All our Azure settings have been there. In fact, right at the beginning of this video, when I was showing you the getting of the admin role and the PIM access, where did we go? Yeah, we went into the Azure portal. So that's usually the place where we go to. However, through the PPAC, when you go to the bottom left, you have something called as Admin Center, and you've got these three options right now. Is the M365 administration, is the Power BI on the bottom, but you've also got the Microsoft Entra. And when you click on it, watch this URL. It's not the portal.azure.com, it's the entra.microsoft.com. And I highly recommend you start going over here because this is where you can start seeing all the agent AI. You know, the whole concept of agent registries and how you can go and see all your agents across Microsoft. This is the place you can come and start seeing them. You can see all the agent identities. You can also see all your agent registries right over here. You can go ahead and bookmark it or even memorize it because it's entra.microsoft.com. That's something what I'm doing because the portal.azure.com, I literally memorize it. And so now I'm doing this too, entra.microsoft.com, because this is going to be that central place for you to find out all the agents across your entire Microsoft tenant. Hopefully this video was useful to you, specifically those who are the admins. And if you've got more suggestions for similar hidden tools that you use and I haven't mentioned it in this video, go ahead and put it down in the comments below. I would love to go ahead and make another subsequent video. And hey, I'll even go ahead and call your name out. And as always, keep using Power Platform. Hey everyone, my name is Daniel and I'm a community contributor focusing on all things AI related. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a like and leave a comment behind. I love reading the feedback you leave behind as it really helps me shape my future content. And if you want more content like this, subscribe and turn on notifications. So once again, thank you for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one.